Hi everybody, Tom Esch coming to you from Minnesota, talking about demo saw safety. I have 4 points I want to make today for this little training. Number 1, care for the saw. Number 2, use the proper blade. Number 3, prevent a pinch. That's the thing that injures people. Some say that 15 to 20 people are killed every year by improper use of this tool, when the pipe or whatever you're cutting pinches and there's a violent kickback. Number 4, ergonomics. Your body posture, your shoulders, your back, especially where your head is in reference to the saw. All right, let's go. Number 1, saw care. A lot of times these saws are beaten up pretty badly, as you guys all know, and so you want to inspect your saw, okay? First thing you want to inspect is the blade guard. Make sure it's in place. Make sure that it's not back too far. Guys want to push that back past the stop. That's about as far as you should be able to push it back. And then forward, you can go a little bit forward. You can't move these much. A lot of guys want to pull that back past the stop so they can get under a pipe. Very dangerous. Don't do it. So inspect your saw. Blade guard is first. Belt guard is second. This belt guard will wear right here, especially when you're cutting concrete pipe or anything abrasive. Dust and dirt gets in there. Your saw, if it's not running smooth and safe, you're risking possibility of injury. So you want to check your handle. These handles will also wear down here. Make sure the handle is intact all the way around. The feet on the bottom, the feet are good. They're intact. Make sure your flywheel cover isn't broken. We've seen a lot of broken flywheel covers. It'd be a tragedy to get your scarf of your favorite sport team caught in that there, unless it was the Green Bay Packers. Maybe not the Packers. So you want to check your saw, make sure everything is working properly on the saw. That's the first thing. Number 2, proper blade. Today we're going to cut PVC pipe with an abrasive wheel, and this is an abrasive wheel for ductile, cast iron, or PVC pipe right there. Perfect for what we're using today. So make sure you get that right blade on there. We got it on. I've checked it already earlier. It is tight. It's on there. Next, make sure you prevent the pinch. And you prevent the pinch by making sure the pipe is properly supported. The pipe may be above ground. You can see here I have taken ratchet straps to support this pipe. I know a lot of guys don't. A lot of guys do this, right? With a cigarette and one hand in it. We've seen that one. It's not safe. Don't do it. If you see someone do it, interrupt them, like now. I know several people who've been killed by this tool. 2 hands at all times. So whether you're above ground like this or underground, the main way of preventing a pinch is making sure the pipe is supported. And how do you know the pipe is supported 100%? You don't. There's no way to know for sure. If you've been doing this a while, you know how many feet underground before that pipe is going to sag. You're going to need to get a sling or a lanyard to lift up with a backhoe or something bucket. Put a little bit of pressure so that it doesn't drop and pinch. All right? They say for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Which brings me to my 4th point, ergonomics. All right? You want to make sure when you're cutting, and I want everybody at wherever you're watching this, if you have a saw and some pipe or anything to cut, to hold this without the saw running. Hold the saw on the pipe without it running. All right? And I just want you to get your ergonomics going. Athletic stance where your knees are bent so that your back can be a little bit straight. You're down here like this. You're not hanging over. You're not straight legging it. At least that's my recommendation. I know you've all been doing this probably longer than I've been teaching it, so you have your own way. But make sure you take care of your back and your shoulders. There are more injuries on backs and shoulders than there are kickback cuts to the face or upper body. But you want to make sure to always keep your head to the left of the cutting attachment. If you are right-handed, like me, that should be easy to do. Straight left arm when you're at the pinch point with your head to the left, not straight behind the cutting attachment. You want to be off to the left. One of the reasons, as you can see, this is a steel TS 700. The cutting attachment is a little bit to the right. These are made for right-handers, right? You got the right hand on the trigger. If you're a lefty and you're really seasoned and you're really solid, you got to find out where you can put your head and your face that's not behind that cutting attachment. You don't want to be directly behind in case of a pinch. All right, so that's the ergonomics. Now we're going to just start her up real quick. Can you flood a saw by priming it too much? You can't, unless it has just been started. So get plenty of gas in there. Make sure the gas has oil in it. You may know the color of your oil. It's got a little orange color in there, so you got oil in the gas. You're checking, you're going to inspect it, make sure everything is working right. Make sure you got the right blade on there. Then you're going to choke it if it's cold, full choke. Press the decompression button right there. Makes it easier to pull. A lot of guys want to do this one-arm rip start like that. I knew a guy in Colorado did kind of a rodeo start like this. Not good, not safe. All right, on the ground with your foot on it, decompression. Get your PPE on. I got my ear protection. You got your eye protection. And I always like to mark the cut before I cut. I got double eye protection, as you can see. Just going to pop her open and start cutting. Let it run for a little bit. Let it run for 10, 20, 30 seconds, whatever is right. Stop the wheel on the pipe. Now on PVC, you may not be able to do that, but stop it before you set her down. All right, that's it. Appreciate your time and attention. Remember, this saw is often given to the low man on the totem pole. Make sure if that's the guy who gets the saw that he's got the training, that he knows what he's doing. If you say, hey Joe, you know how to use that saw? Oh yeah, sure, I got it, no problem. You ask him, when's the last time you used it? Where did you learn it? Where were you trained? Ask the question, man. And I want to thank Esch Construction Supply for use of the saw, use of this PVC pipe today. They got 4 different branches in the Midwest. They service saws, they sell blades and cutting equipment. They do a great job. My brother Dan Esch is the owner, and he's a hell of a businessman. Be courageous. Do the right thing every time. Thank you, Tom Esch.